Okay, so this is the explanation part or framing of the answer part for this questions. So we'll just write for one case. Let's say this one. Increase in demand is more than increase in supply. Now, although we have already drawn the diagram, we will draw it again, but first we will write this. Initially, the market is in equilibrium at the intersection of demand curve DD, demand curve, and supply curve. PE is equilibrium price and QE is equilibrium quantity. Now, after writing the first paragraph, we know that we need to go back to the question. Increase in demand is more than increase in supply. You will have to add this line in every answer depending upon what the situation is. Since increase in demand is more than increase in supply, the rightward shift in demand curve will be more than the rightward shift in supply curve. We had drawn this diagram. The rightward shift in demand curve. First, draw the demand curve, supply curve, equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. The rightward shift in demand curve will be more. Rightward shift in demand curve, and ensure that the rightward shift in supply curve is less. Now, this is what we did in the previous class. Now, how to frame this as a 6 marker and as a 4 marker. So first, I'm writing the answer for the 6 marker, and later on we'll come back to this answer and I will tell you which portions to delete to make it a 4 marker. Now, if you go back to the previous explanation that we've written, previous answer formation, you must have noticed the moment we make the shift, we go back to this line at the original price. We go back to this line at the original price. So now you will write at the original price. Now, increase in demand is more than increase in supply, and we have already discussed there will be a situation of excess demand in the economy, and this excess demand can be represented by this, through this. So this price line is meeting the supply curve at this point. So this black portion, this is my supply, because the price line is meeting the new supply curve. Now I do not care about the previous demand and supply curve. The new demand curve, the red ones exist for me now. So this is the new supply, and this price line is meeting the demand curve here. So this is the new demand. So the yellow portion is the demand and the black portion is the supply. Or you can also do this. Quantity supplied quantity demanded. So this is quantity demanded and this is quantity supplied. So clearly there is a situation of excess demand and that demand is this. This is excess demand. I already know that this is my new equilibrium, this orange point, or let's say this is the triangle. Remember, whatever excess demand, excess supply you get, that gives you the base of the triangle. So this is the top vertex. I know where I need to reach at this black point. I know this is the new equilibrium. Equilibrium price increases. Now, how do I reach there? This. So suppliers need to move up. That is, there is expansion of supply, and consumers need to go back. That is, there is contraction of demand. Till when? Till new equilibrium is achieved from PE to P1. So this is what we'll write at original price. There will be a situation. Same answer we have to write again. Situation of excess demand. This would lead to competition among buyers and therefore price starts rising. Now, already done in the diagram, and we also know whenever there is an increase in price, demand starts falling and supply starts increasing. And this is what we've done. Demand starts moving back. This demand starts moving back. Supply starts moving forward or up. As a result, there will be contraction of demand and expansion of supply till new equilibrium even is achieved. And concluding line, what happens? This is the new quantity now. So quantity clearly increases and price also increases. Equilibrium price and quantity, since both of them increases, I can write them together. Present quantity increases from PE to PE dash and QE to QE dash. This is your sixth marker. This is how you will explain all the things. Okay, now listen to me very carefully. Suppose such a question, now this is one part of the question. This is one part of the question. I will tell you how to convert this into a 2 marker, into a 3 marker, into a 4 marker. 3 and 4 markers will be the same, 2 marker will be different. If this question comes as a 3 marker or a 4 marker, this bracket portion you can remove. Remove this. Do not write this. So we usually write this. Right now I'm explaining you everything because later on when we will do past year papers and actual questions, I will tell you when to write this and when not to write this. So do not write this in a 3 marker or a 4 marker. This usually comes when it is already given the question, market for a commodity is in equilibrium. Then if this line is written in the question, only then you write this paragraph. Otherwise you do not write this paragraph. This you have to write. Now you can also end it here, or rather I will let me do this. Rather, I'll mark what you can skip. Skip this also if it is a 4 marker or a 3 marker. So if it's a 4 marker or a 3 marker, skip this paragraph. and skip this paragraph as well. Now, what if it is a 2 marker? What will you do then? I'm underlining that. If it is a 2 marker, you only have to write this part, then this part, only the underlining part, and then this line. That's it. Now, how and where will it come as a 2 marker? Usually, there is a 6 marker question which says, explain the implication or effect on equilibrium price and quantity when there is a simultaneous increase in demand and supply. So if such a question comes, in that case, in a 6 marker, you will have to explain all the 3 cases because it has not specified whether increase in demand is more than increase in supply or increase in demand is less than or equal to increase in supply. It has only asked you that there is a simultaneous increase in demand and supply. So simultaneous increase in demand and supply would mean explanation of all the 3 parts. So if in a 6 marker you are explaining 3 parts, every part becomes for 2 marks. So you will write only this. Since increase in demand is more than increase in supply, case 1, increase in demand more than increase in supply. Since increase in demand is more than increase in supply, the right first shift in demand curve would be more or will be more than the right first shift in supply curve. As a result, there will be a situation of excess demand, equilibrium price, and quantity will increase from this to this. Case 2, increase in demand is less than increase in supply. Since increase in demand is less than increase in supply, the right first shift in demand curve will be less than the right first shift in supply curve. There will be a situation of excess supply. Equilibrium price will fall from this to this, and quantity you will see from the diagram. Case 3, increase in demand is equal to increase in supply. The right per shift in demand curve will be equal to the right per shift in supply curve since there is no, or you can just skip everything. Equilibrium price will remain unchanged, whereas equilibrium quantity bought and sold in the market will increase from QE to QE dash. That's it. You will get your 6 marks. So every part will become a 2 marker then. Okay, clear? This is how you will change your answers according to the